If you are a beginner and you really want to change your mental health, your emotional health, and you really want to transform your life, you're bored and tired of staying the same, staying stuck, feeling overwhelmed and stuck in the patterns of overthinking, well then this is something you got to do. It will only take you like just 10 minutes, and I promise you, as simple as it sounds, this will rewire your brain, shift your reality, which will shift your internal and external reality. Now, when I started this journey of personal growth and inner transformation like 5 years ago or more, the first thing I read on social media, on Instagram, was from this person. And he had this challenge, a 30-day challenge for gratitude. And to me, it felt like, what a joke, right? Like, what is this going to do to me? My logical, egoic mind did not accept that. But I said, you know what, I have nothing to lose. If this guy who's pretty successful and he's claiming that in 30 days you'll be happy and a different person, well, what's there to lose? So I started practicing the challenge, and every day, 3 times, I would actually take a minute and say to myself, I'm grateful for whatever X, Y, and Z things. And luckily at that time, I was also hearing to Tony Robbins. Now, who does not know Tony Robbins? I, really love that person because he's such a powerhouse of energy and service. And he also says that, if you shift your focus from overwhelm to gratitude, your life will change. So I started doing that. And along with this practice of gratitude, along the time, I also practiced 2 more habits. And the combination of these 3 habits literally changed my entire life. Looking back at it, these are the most powerful habits, I've been able to ingrain. Now, whether you know it or not, our mind is a product of the habit. You can only go consciously so far until you reprogram your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is that active mind which is responsible for judgments, for decisions. But most of the times you make decisions unconsciously based on whatever is fit in your unconscious mind, right? So you have to be very, very wise in reprogramming your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is like, you have a plant, a seed. Now you can choose whatever kind of plant and seed you want to, like, plow in your field. That is your conscious mind. And your subconscious mind is like that soil, the land. The subconscious mind, like the land, the soil, does not care what you plant in it. But whatever you plant in it, it will return, because that's the law. For every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. So you have to be very, very wise in what you plant in your mind. Most of us, we have planted the seeds of anxiety, stress, overwhelm, attachment, all kind of things that we have taken from the environment, from our parents, from society, from the news. And that's what's going on. That's the code we have here in our brain, and that's the reality we're experiencing. Like, I remember there was a time when I used to feel anxious every day. I used to feel overwhelmed every day. I had crazy insomnia. I used to sleep by 3, 4, wake up by 12. Life was pretty disastrous. Procrastination was my best friend. And today, all these words like anxiety, overwhelm, procrastination, they don't even exist. On top of that, I don't feel all these emotions in any way because I changed what I wanted to program in my subconscious mind. You see, anxiety is a habitual pattern. Overwhelm is a habitual pattern. Stress is a habitual pattern. Procrastination is a habitual pattern. If you want to change them, you've got to change the inner reality. You have to change what you want to plant in your mind and go through the journey until it becomes a habit. And then over time, you realize that you're not feeling anxious, you're not feeling stressful. And yes, you will have those accidental moments of stress and anxiety, which is important for your survival. For example, I don't feel any stress or anxiety, but if I'm walking and a dog comes, wants to hit me or bite me, of course I will feel that stress and anxiety because my body is now warned to run away. That is okay. But you waking up every day feeling stressed, feeling anxious, feeling bored, feeling confused, that's a sign your nervous system needs to be regulated and it needs to be rewired. So these are the three habits you got to do. Just remember this thing. Any habit will take its time. You've got to be focused. You got to make it a priority and go through the course where it will not feel like a blessing. Any healthy habit you will take, it will not feel like a blessing as you're practicing that habit and making it a reality. But the moment that habit is ingrained in your brain, now the habit is not a problem. Now it's easy for you to do it, and then you will start feeling great. But until then, you have to generate your own emotions. You have to keep yourself inspired and focused, and that's why it's important to hear something like this. So these are the three habits. Let me break it to you. Number one, gratitude. You see, a grateful mind is a happy mind. Most people think that, I'll feel happy and then I'll be fulfilled. But in reality, happiness happens on the way of fulfillment. When I went in the monastery and when I have spent time with these enlightened sages, which I'm so grateful for, they all say this: no amount of material accomplishments and possessions can ever satisfy your mind. It can never ever satisfy your mind because your essence is spirit, while the material is temporary, it is not alive, and it cannot satisfy it. So you have to train your mind to feel grateful. You see, unless you feel grateful for what you have and what God has given you, you will never ever be given more. If you don't appreciate what you have been given, why should the universe, the God, will send you more? For what? It will never do it. And if in case your karma is inviting that material prosperity, though you're not grateful, it's only for the time being that you will get bored of it and you will start sabotaging yourself. So practice gratitude. Feel grateful. You have to practice it consciously until it becomes a daily thing. Count your blessings so blessings can be sent to you. Count what's great in your life. Where your focus goes, energy will flow. Tony Robbins, of all the things he has done, achieved, all the people he has coached in his life, one of the major things he teaches people is shift your focus to gratitude. And when your focus is in gratitude, naturally, those overthinking, overwhelming, habitual thought and emotional patterns will be replaced. So right now you may be overthinking, overwhelming due to many things, and you may think you're special. But all of us have same problems. Some of us are not able to find a partner, some of us not able to have a successful, prosperous career as of now. Some of us may not be having the most beautiful place to live in. All of us have similar kind of problems in different dynamics. But all of those quote unquote problems, which are not problems by the way, but all of those things can be replaced by you feeling grateful, because that is only a way of looking. You think of them as problems, there's only your point of view, is your worldview. And if you change your worldview, your entire world will change. This is the secret. So cultivate gratitude, count your blessings, teach your body, condition your body somatically, condition your mind habitually through thought patterns, incantations to feel grateful. I don't know who you are, but I know there are many things you can be grateful about. And if you really harness yourself in the spirit of gratitude, your life will change. And as your energy will change, your frequency will change, your aura will change, naturally, you'll be more likely to attract, create the opportunities which will give abundance to you. So cultivate gratitude. There's so many things you can be grateful about. You can be grateful about your mom, your dad, they're alive. You're having kids, you're having a shelter, you're having a home, you're being able to talk, you're being able to walk. Such a blessing. You're being able to eat, having clean water, such a blessing. If you cannot be grateful about the basic things, you can never, ever be grateful about the other things you want. And the fact that you want them and you don't feel grateful about them, they will never, ever come to your life. So number one is gratitude. Number two, practice forgiveness and letting go. You see, forgiveness is the ultimate biohack. Why I say this? Because most people are carrying resentments, grudges, and baggages from the past. They're carrying it for years and years and months, and now it has become a part of their identity. They have become so emotionally attached to it that they will not even leave it, even though the freedom is right there as soon as they leave it. I have experienced so many people in my life where they have gone through some sort of breakup or some sort of conflict or fight with their parents or, of course, their partners. And that has become a part of their story. Anytime you talk to them, eventually it will always comes down to their story, how she left them, how he cheated on them, how the parents did not support them, and they feel very emotional about it. And you wonder, if it is so hurtful, why can't you just let it go? Right? Why can't you just leave it? You cannot change it. It's already done. It's the past. You cannot change the other person, but you can change your attitude. And that will shift everything. Wayne Dyer has this beautiful quote: when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You need to change your attitude, and you need to practice forgiveness. Not for others, not to like be a saint and giving favors to others, but for your own sake, for your own well being, for your own happiness. No one owes you anything. And let me tell you very clearly, no one has done any cause of hurt to you. No one. Even someone has maybe physically hit you. And this may trigger you if I'm saying this, but the reality is our karma is the only reason why we're getting punished or why we're also gaining achievements and successions. No one and no one else. For every action, there's an equivalent opposite reaction. Whatever you have done in your past lives, we all have to bear it, and we also have to enjoy it, both the good, and the bad. So instead of feeling resentment and grudges, and which is responsible for cardiovascular diseases and destroying your life with unhappiness, why don't you let it go? Why don't you just breathe out and just make the decision to let go? I promise you, you'll feel a different person. Your aura will change and you feel happy. No one owes you anything. And you own yourself the happiness. You say that he did this to me, they did this to me, and what are you doing to yourself? You are literally every day punishing yourself for something that happened a long time ago. The damage they did, of course, whatever the damage they did, they did. But the damage you're causing to yourself, is it worth it? Would you see yourself in the mirror and can say, what? These people deprioritize me, but am I prioritizing myself? And there, if you have an honest look, you will have your answer. Trust me, forgiveness is the real biohack. You want to be happy, creative, living an amazing life, learn to let go through your body. And if you're watching this video, stay tuned to this channel. Maybe you want to subscribe, because very soon I will release a meditation that will help you to let go. Third thing is practice incantations and visualization. You see, your mind is like that field, is like a land. Whatever you plant in it, it will eventually become a reality according to the time, but it will. And most of us say things to ourselves, whether we are conscious of it or not. I'm ugly. I'm just unlucky. It's not for me. I'm not meant for this. I'm not just talented. I'm not just creative. I'm not that intelligent. I don't deserve this. We say all kind of negative, disempowering things. And because that's what we're saying to ourselves, the mind is like the tatsu, just like a genie. He's making it your reality. And you wonder why you're not getting it. You wonder if something is wrong with the astrology. But let me tell you something. You can literally change your destiny by changing what you decide to do, by changing what you planned in your mind. What you say to yourself, that is the most important thing, because that will condition your mind and will condition your body. So say words of empowering, highly vibrational language and frequency that you actually want to manifest in your life. If you want to be a businessman earning $1 million, well, that's what you want to plant in your mind. If you want to be someone who is creative and attractive, and if you don't believe you are that person, well, change that belief by planting that thought and repeat it again and again and again until that become a reality. If you are someone who has been hurt and you are now worried that you don't deserve pure unconditional love, well, change that thought and plant a thought in your mind that I'm worthy of pure unconditional love. Whatever that is for you, plant that thought. This is called incantation, and visualize yourself. Visualization is such a beautiful, incredible exercise that from athletes to entrepreneurs, everyone does it. Visualize it. Paint yourself seeing that thing, being that person, having that what you want to have, and it will become a reality. See, whatever you are having in your life right now, It is there because you have chosen to have it, whether you realize it or not. You may say, well, I didn't want to have the breakup. Yeah, but let me tell you, did you not feel the feelings of abandonment, rejection, loneliness if this relationship would get over? And did you not feel fearful that this relationship one day may be over? Because you have thought that, it has become a reality. So you have to have a very powerful, highly vibrational mindset by feeling and having the thoughts that are empowering, have high vibration about them, and then repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until it becomes a reality. So you can practice all of that stuff within 15 minutes and or maybe 10 minutes. And this alone will change your life. I've seen that people like Tony Robbins to people like Djokovic to many, many amazing people who we admire, they all practice incantations, visualizations day in and day out. That's something they don't omit. So you can be a part of that category as well by making it a habit, and then it will ultimately become your reality. Do not think of yourself that you are ordinary and you cannot be extraordinary. Because you believe you're ordinary, you're living an ordinary life. And the moment you start believing you are extraordinary, you will live an extraordinary life. It all depends on your attitude. Change your attitude, your life will change. And I'm your servant, I'm only your guide, because I have lived my life, in an ordinary fashion where I literally curse myself from all my blessings. And today I'm living so abundantly and gratefully. This is my mission to help others do the same. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more help, come and just join my webinar. It is very small value that we have placed on it. Come and attend the webinar and let me help you and serve you in a bigger way. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.